Welcome everyone to another video, and today we're going to take a look at another team that I'm using in the Fantasy Cup featuring Alolan Dugtrio. So based on the rankings that you'll get online, the Shadow variant is a little bit better. Unfortunately, I forgot to TM Frustration away from Alolan Dugtrio because I didn't think that it was going to be viable in anything, but it turns out that it is. So here we are, and I'm just going to use the non-Shadow, but of course the Shadow variant is a little bit better. So Alolan Dugtrio is a steel ground type Pokemon, just the same as Galarian Stunfisk from the previous video. However, it is very much a glass cannon compared to a Galarian Stunfisk, which is a tank, but it does have quite a good set of moves to use that high damage, to use that high attack stat, right? In the form of Mud Slap, Mud Bomb, and Iron Hit. Iron Hit being like a 50 energy charge move, so it is very much a spamming machine. And with that, we are going to use Dedenne again in the lead with its standard moveset Thundershock, Parabolic Charge, and Play Rough. And we are going to use Azumarill in the back. So of course the largest problem for Dedenne would be the ground types. So that's where the Dugtrio and Azumarill come in. So usually Azumarill is the safe swap, but then again is very situational, I would say, because you may or may not go with Azumarill as the safe swap depending on your play style, right? So without further ado, let us get into the video. And we are going to see a Shadow Scizor in the lead here against our Dedenne, and here we are going to go immediately for the Parabolic Charge, simply because we want to ramp up our defense against that Bullet Punch damage. However, we are okay with expanding a shield, knowing that we will get a shield back, because it's either they're going to get to double Night Slash, which we will resist, or they will only throw one Trailblaze and we'll still be able to get that damage through. And here they immediately swap into a Bastardon on the second Parabolic Charge, which is very good for us because now we are able to go with our other Dugtrio and throw a Mud Bomb immediately and get the shield from them or take them out, and we will come out with massive amount of health and energy as well. And if they come in with the Scizor again, we have a Mud Bomb ready to go for it, and it will take them out. And yeah, as you can see here, Dugtrio going to town in the first game. We will see Azumarill in the back, and we are immediately going to swap back to the Dedenne, throw a Parabolic Charge, take their health down by half, and we will let Azumarill take the win later. And yeah, as you can see here, Alolan Dugtrio going to town in the first game, dealing massive amount of damage. And as you can see here, the opponent knows that Azumarill cannot 1v2 versus two very healthy Pokemon, and you do concede the game. So as you can see here, we have in this team, we do have two frail Pokemons, and so we try to save the shields for those two instead of Azumarill. But in this instance, in this game, we are met by a Core Breaker in Shinotic, which is a Grass and Fairy type, so it will resist Thunder Shock and Mud Slap as well as Bubble. All our fast moves will be resisted, but the difference being that at least Dedenne does have a neutral charge move in the form of Play Rough, but unfortunately it just won't be enough to take them out. We need at least two charge moves to take them out, and in this instance we do get the two charge moves. It's just that Dedenne will not be able to do much any further. And here we are going to be met by a Turtonator and a Registeel in the back, which means that again Dugtrio will have a massive advantage in the end game. We are going to shield the first one, then they do have a Focus Blast, and we are going to overfarm just a bit so that we can get to another Mud Bomb if they do let it go. And here we will go immediately for the Mud Bomb and get the Registeel out of the way and deal massive Mud Slap damage on the Turtonator. As you can see here, they are almost at half health, and that is going to be within range of the Bubbles and one Play Rough to take them out. So again, Dugtrio doing the heavy lifting for this team. The insane number of teams that are weak to the ground type is just enormous, because steel types is one of the only 3 types that is available, and there's not that many players that actually bring something that is good against steel types. And as you can see here, the next opponent has a Fortress now in the back, and we are going to stay in because they're running Volt Switch. And even if they do run Bug Bite, we are going to stay in. We're going to ramp up our defense even further, make us very hard to take out, and we are going to shield because, if I'm not mistaken, 5 Volt Switches still able to get to an Earthquake. Unfortunately, they do go for the Rock Tomb instead, which is fine because now they are going to be able to come in with their 3rd Pokemon, and in this instance it is an Excadrill. But we are going to throw a Play Rough immediately, hopefully to try to get a shield or to get them very low, and they do want to preserve their shields instead. And we do get to another charge move and hopefully try to get that 2nd shield, and we do not get this 2nd shield, but it's okay because now our Alone Dugtrio is able to farm them all the way down, as you can see here. But yeah, if only they didn't have the charge move, but it's okay. I mean, Azumarill, 1 bubble is enough, and against the Altaria, you most probably would have known from earlier seasons, Azumarill versus Altaria is not really a matchup which Altaria can win. Of course, it will be a little bit more iffy, a little bit more tight this season, because Dragon Breath now does generate a little bit more energy compared to before, but Azumarill more or less will win the matchup. As you can see there, Ice Beam does a lot of damage, and we will be able to get to another charge move against the Altaria if needed, and they will throw another Sky Attack against us, which is fine. We are just going to farm them down with Bubble, but they decided to throw the Excadrill and give us another Ice Beam against Altaria, which we will take gladly because now we are able to take them out. So what are some of the Pokemons that we will be able to use instead of these Pokemons in the team? I would say the only flexibility would be on the Dugtrio. I would say you can use Excadrill if you want to, you can use Galarian Stunfisk, but generally Azumarill and Dedenne would be the 2 Pokemons that you want to maintain in this game, because especially in this orientation of Dedenne in the lead, you need something that can counter the steel types, even the ground types even better, right? So as you can see here, the opponent does have another Shinotic in the back with a Shadow Shelgon, which is very impressive indeed for them. Unfortunately, they will have to deal with our Dugtrio. Our Dugtrio does have Iron Head, and hopefully we will be able to see Iron Head landing. But if you don't, it's fine. You just have to get to 1 charge move at this range to get them out of the way. So Dugtrio, even though it is dealing resisted damage, number 4 Mudslap does do a lot of damage, and here the opponent has Dedenne in the back, and we're just hoping to get to another Mud Bomb if possible. Unfortunately, we are not able to, but which means now Azumarill is here to hopefully seal the game against a double boosted Dedenne. And here we are going to throw right before they get to another Parabolic Charge, and hopefully the Play Rough is enough. And is it? Yes, it does. We do get enough damage against the Dedenne to win the game. So I don't know, I mean, 2 different teams with Dedenne in it. I think Dedenne is my MVP for this cup. Let me know what you think is the MVP of this cup. But for me, without a shadow of a doubt, is Dedenne. Dedenne has this impressive like charge move coverage, only resisted by 1 typing, which is not a main typing, so there's only really like 3 or 4 Pokemon that can really beat it, and hence it is one of the best in my view. And yeah, Dugtrio is actually quite a solid Pokemon, right? I mean, for this format, A steel type is always good versus a meta filled with dragon and fairy types, but with Mud Bomb as a charge move, it just makes it a whole lot more spammy than what people are able to handle. And as you can see here, we are able to get both shields out of the way if needed, and both shields are already out of the way, and here they do have an Empoleon in the back. So if we had another shield, Dugtrio would have been able to take the game solely on its own, right? Which makes it insane if you think about it, because Dugtrio in normal circumstances will not be able to do so. But yeah, another problem that I had with this team is that Flygon can also be a bit iffy. I mean, if one charge move lands is very good, unfortunately Flygon teams usually try to keep their Flygon in the game and throw charge moves. But yeah, as you can see here, the opponent has a Corviknight Knight in the back, and we don't mind that personally, because we want to get our Dedenne back in and hopefully try to farm as much energy as possible without taking as much back. But because Corviknight has Air Cutter and has a chance to buff, it does get a little bit more problematic, and with Sand attacks, energy generation, we will be getting quite low, and hopefully we do get to a Parabolic Charge before they get to an Air Cutter, which we do, and we are going to come out with a lot of energy, but unfortunately with not that much health. And banking that we are able to get the last shield is very paramount, that because our Dedenne needs to get them out of the way. Unfortunately we are not able to, and we are going to need our Azumarill to seal the deal. Hopefully they don't have enough for double Scorching Sands, in which case they don't, but they do have an Azumarill in the back. So this is one of the places where I think I did a miscalculation, where I should have maybe just tried to catch the Azumarill's charge move on the Dedenne, as opposed to trying to swap into the Dedenne and hopefully get into a Parabolic Charge, as you can see here, because now they just get free energy and they will win the charge attack priority against us, and they will win this battle. So yeah. So again, at this point we are very low on health. They do have an energy advantage here against us, and even though we almost got to the Ice Beam, they will get to a Scorching Sands before us, and that is a good game to the opponent. So yeah, nothing much we can do there. Maybe that one mistake could have been remedied, but yeah, we didn't try. We tried the other plan, which didn't work, right? So in the next game we will meet a Shadow Palkia, a Pokemon which for me I do not want to invest in Great League, because it's just very bad. It's only good in most team cups like this one. So as you can see here, we are going to use our Dedenne to take it out. Even with Thundershock damage, as you can see here, it's already halfway down, and we are going to throw we're going to let them throw the Aqua Tail, and we are going to throw another Parabolic Charge against them to take them out, hopefully. But they do time it perfectly, knowing that Palkia will win the charge attack priority against us. But they immediately swap against us into a Corviknight Knight, which we are okay with, because our Dedenne will be able to take them out with a triple debuff here. We will be able to survive, and we will be able to take them out. Dedenne has already taken out almost 2 Pokemons here in this battle, and will they come back in with the Palkia? They do, and yeah, Dedenne basically has taken out 2 Pokemon, right? I mean, 1 bubble from Azumarill will be enough, but it's okay because now we have 2 Pokemons in the back, and we will use the Dugtrio to get them quite low, just enough for Azumarill to take them out with 1 charge attack. So as you can see here, Play Rough will do a lot of damage from this Empoleon. Not as much as we want to, but it will be enough to get us within bubble range to take them out. Because so yeah, as you can see here, Empoleon with the Flash Cannon does catch us by surprise. I mean, if they had a little bit more energy advantage, yeah, it would have been a very hard game for us, but they did not try to in this case, which is very good for us. And in the second last game here, we will have a Shadow Excadrill. We will be coming into our Azumarill, and they will be coming in with their own Azumarill here, which is very bad because we are already almost at half health while they are still quite full. And even though we do have an energy lead, it does get a little bit more complicated later on because they will have the advantage for sure. So we will come in with the Dedenne again, try to get them out of the way. Unfortunately, it is quite bulky, and we will try to get to a charge move here before them. And we do, and if we get a shield, is also very good. And we do get a shield, and we do get to a second one. Unfortunately, we are not able to, simply because we are quite low on health, and we are going to let go of the Azumarill as well. Coming in with the Dugtrio with half health. Seeing what is the last Pokemon, it will be a Corviknight with a shield, which means that we will concede the game. So in the last battle, we will see a Shadow Giratina altered here, another Pokemon that Dedenne likes to see. But as always, we will bait with the Parabolic Charge because we will outspeed them to the play rough if we bait on the first one. And that is what we want to do, because usually they will shield the first one simply because they want to preserve the lead alignment. But it's okay if we do lose this one because we do have Azumarill in the back. But because they do not want to go 2 shields down early on, we will be able to have some fun here. And against the Weezing, they did try to be a little bit greedy there with this charge attack priority. Unfortunately, Dedenne does win it for us, and we are able to come in with the Dugtrio, no problem, and we will come in with the Azumarill to force them to concede after they come in with the third Nature. So yeah, that is the battle of the Glass Cannon Ardougne Dugtrio. Let me know what you think about this. Yeah, steel hair thumbs, I would say. Yeah, let me know what you think about them. Are you still having fun in Fantasy Cup? I know I am. So hopefully this rotation, I wish this rotation does drag on for another week because it does seem quite fun to progress up the ranks with it. And as always, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.